Welcome to the College Fairs of Greater Denver. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Anna and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at striveskid.com/Greater Denver. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from UC Davis. Take it away.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen really quickly. My name is Devin. I'm the admissions analyst and advisor at UC Davis. I'm also an alumni from the class of 2015. You should be able to see my screen now. It should say UC Davis on it. And I'm excited to share a little bit about our campus. A lot of times people will talk about rankings at the beginning of a presentation. I like to do the same. It helps to get to know a campus's strengths and priorities. A lot of you, if you've never heard of Davis, or maybe you've heard one or two things, you've probably heard that we are great with agriculture and we have an amazing vet school. And those two things are definitely true. We are #1 for both of those areas, but we're also top ranked for a lot of other things as well. You can see we're ranked #1 in the nation for campus sustainability. We're also top ranked for diversity, inclusiveness, and internationalization, as well as being an affordable elite institution. We are top ranking for being a top performer on social mobility. We also are top ranked for being a producer of minority bachelor's degrees. And we're actually ranked 5th nationally for public universities. And we're 17th best out of all universities. So it's not just about the numbers. We do a lot more than that, but I think it's a great way to kind of get to know our campus a little bit better. In terms of where we are located, we are the northernmost UC campus. We are part of the University of California system, and there are 9 total campuses. Davis, like I said, is the northernmost, and we have the largest campus with over 5,300 acres. We're right outside Sacramento, so that's going to be the state capital. That's literally like 20 minutes away from us. But we're also within an hour of Napa Valley. We're within 2 hours of San Francisco. A little bit farther than that is Lake Tahoe, as well as Yosemite. So we're right in the middle of all kinds of really great Northern California hotspots. If you're looking for beaches and that SoCal vibe, that's definitely going to be a little bit farther away. 6 to 8 hour drive, depending on where you're trying to go. But we are definitely in the middle of all of the great NorCal locations. And up in Northern California, we have a lot of access to things outside of just our campus, which has a lot going on, I will say, but you also have access to, we have our medical center in Sacramento. So if you're interested in any sort of medical or health science, you can get internships and other hands-on experience there. We're also close to the state capitol, like I mentioned. So if you're interested in politics, public service, lobbying, policy, anything of that nature, we do have the UC Sacramento Center program. If you're interested in anything like that. We also have the airport located very nearby if you do need to go somewhere. We're also close to, we have our Bodega Bay Marine Laboratory and the Tahoe Environmental Institute, where some cutting edge research is happening. So while we are not on the coast itself, we do have a lot of great opportunities for students to get their hands literally in the water. And the Marine Laboratory actually has a residential program over the summer for undergraduate students. So you can actually go there over the summer. It kind of functions like a study abroad program, which is super, super neat. We have over 100 majors for students to study, and those are split across 4 different colleges. So we have the College of Ag and Environmental Science, our original claim to fame, where some of our most unique majors are held, such as Sustainable Ag and Food System and Global Disease Biology and Landscape Architecture. So definitely check out some of our cool majors there. We also have our College of Biological Science, where a lot of our students interested in those health science fields will major. It's our smallest college with only about 10 majors, but definitely a lot of offerings, including our health professions advising group, specifically to help students interested in graduate programs. Something I like to note, about 80% of our undergraduate students do go on to some sort of graduate or professional degree, and a majority of those end up at their first or second choice school. So we have a lot of support for students that are preparing to complete their bachelor's degree and move on to something afterwards. We have our College of Engineering, and that has 15 different majors, very robust offerings there. So if you're interested in solving the world's problems, really like a lot of that problem solving, critical thinking, getting your hands and really getting that hands-on experience building and creating things, our College of Engineering has a variety of opportunities there. And then lastly, our largest college is the College of Letters and Science. It functions similar to a liberal arts college. And there are a variety of offerings there in arts, humanities, social sciences, and physical sciences. So physics, chemistry, things like that. Lots of opportunities for you to study. And the last thing I want to share with you about Davis is that we are a college town. So half the population of the people that are going to be around are going to be students. We have a little over 30,000 students and we have less than 70,000 residents. So half the people that are here are students. You can see the campus is right next to the downtown area, which is full of cute restaurants and cafes and shops and all kinds of things. We've got multiple movie theaters, a bike museum, and a nationally ranked farmers market as well. So that whole green strip right there that you see on the map is for our amazing farmers market that happens twice a week. The community is there as well as students, and it's a really great opportunity to grocery shop, but also get fresh lunch or breakfast or dinner or whatever time you want to go. There's live music, all kinds of things. So lastly, I want to go over some admission information. The UC system, there are 9 undergraduate campuses, as I mentioned. We all use the same admissions criteria and applications. So you can see the requirements. We're looking for the A through G subject requirements, and we're looking for a 3.4 GPA or higher for students that are outside of California. We are test free, which means you don't need to have the SAT or ACT score, and we will not be considering it for admission. In terms of being competitive, you can see the admit rate as well as the middle 50% ranges for the weighted and unweighted GPA from our most recent admitted freshman class. So that gives you an idea of, yes, you may be eligible, but what does it mean to be competitive? So that's kind of what we're looking at there. The last thing I want to highlight is the application and admission timeline. The application's been open since August, and you can start submitting it as early as November 1st. It's due by the 30th. You have to create a UC Davis My Admissions account once you've submitted your application, and the notification for Davis is going to be in mid-March, and you have a little over a month to decide if this is the campus for you. If you want to learn more, you can check out our virtual tour. We also have tours in person if you want to come on out here and visit us. And I'll post these and a few other helpful links as well as my contact information in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from University of Southern California.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel, and I am an assistant director here at the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of Southern California. Very happy to be with you guys today. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. This is always the most awkward part, so I'll try to get it done as fast as possible, but here we are. So we are the University of Southern California, also known as USC. The first thing I will say is, if you know USC, we are obviously located in Southern California, just like the name suggests. More specifically, we are in the city of Los Angeles. Our campus is located right in the heart of downtown LA. And if you've ever visited Disneyland before, we are roughly about the same size as Disneyland. A lot of people think that USC has a huge campus, is taking over the entire city of LA. That's actually not the case. Our campus is more mid-size, a little bit smaller, and it is a very walkable campus. It is about 15 minutes for you to walk from one corner of campus all the way to the other corner of campus. So most of our students are going to be walking or biking or skateboarding to and from class. We do have a lot of students that we are enrolling at this small Disneyland-sized campus of ours. So you could see our total enrollment of undergraduate and graduate students at our institution is close to about 50,000. Out of that 50,000 number, about 20,000 of those students are undergraduate students pursuing bachelor's degrees. This means that about 30,000 of the students who are studying on our campus are graduate students receiving master's degrees, doctorate degrees, PhDs, and so on and so forth. And we think that this creates a very vibrant campus environment, and it's a very symbiotic relationship where undergraduate students are really able to listen and to sort of feed off of the research that graduate students and faculty members are doing as well. On that note, USC is one of the largest research universities in the country. Our faculty members are active in their fields and conducting research in every single field that you might be interested in. Besides our large student enrollment number at USC, what I really like to focus on is the class sizes that we provide for our students. We believe that students learn best in a smaller classroom environment, which is how we are able to maintain our student to faculty ratio of 8:1, and this will translate to an average class size of about 26. We think that this is so important because students are going to be able to connect with their peers, have discussions, but also they're going to be able to raise their hand and ask ask questions to their faculty members, and go to office hours outside of class as well. So what I like to say is USC, we are a big school in terms of the number of students we have enrolled and in terms of the resources that we have available in order to support all of those students on our campus. But oftentimes when you attend USC, you never feel like you are one in 50,000. Within the classroom, you always feel like you are being seen and being heard by your faculty members, which we believe is so important. Now, USC, like I mentioned, we are a research institution, but we really focus on what we like to call an interdisciplinary studies approach to learning for our undergraduate students. Now, what this means at USC is that we are never going to limit you to the specific major that you are studying. For instance, if you are a biology major at USC, you are still going to be able to take advantage of our incredible film school on campus. You're going to be able to take classes in the engineering school, in the business school. And we believe that this is what makes the best college student. And this is what is going to make a student who is a graduate of USC different from any other college graduate. So interdisciplinary studies. And we do have what's called an open class policy at USC, which means that as a student at USC, you are able to take any course that is available in our entire university for undergraduate students, regardless of your major, as long as there are no prerequisites for that class. So our students are really taking classes from all of the different schools that are available at USC. We have over 17 colleges for our undergraduate students and a total of 22 colleges on our campus. So you could just imagine the breadth and the depth that our students are able to dive into during their time here. I will talk a little bit about our application process. We do not employ any minimums in our application process. There is no magic GPA or test score or anything in particular that I am looking for when I am reviewing applications. Our application process can be described as holistic and very contextual. I am going to read the entire application that a student submits to USC, and I am going to consider many different factors in the admissions process. It is my job as an admissions counselor to know the territory that I am working with. For instance, I have the greater Denver area all the way up until Fort Collins, and it is my job to know all of the schools that are within that area and what the curriculum looks like in these schools so that I am able to evaluate all of these students fairly and holistically. For our application deadlines, we are on the common application. Our application is currently available, and our first application deadline is coming up on December 1st. December 1st is our deadline for students who are interested in any talent-based majors, or if you are interested in merit scholarship consideration at USC. January 15th is the final deadline to apply if you missed the December 1st deadline. And I will also mention that we do not participate in early action or early decision programs at our university. Finally, I'll hit a little bit on financial aid. A lot of students will look at the tuition price of USC and say that they will never be able to afford it or that they're not going to apply because they don't think that they're going to be able to come to USC. However, we are a need-blind institution when it comes to admissions. We award more than $680 million in financial aid, and I highly, highly recommend using our net price calculator to see exactly how much it would cost for you to attend USC, and do not let the finances be a barrier that keeps you from applying if you are interested. Now, if you are interested in USC and have more questions, you're definitely in the right place. You can drop those questions in the chat box, or you can email me after our session today. My email is just my name, rachelcho@usc.edu. Thank you guys so much for your time today.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from University of California, San Diego.
Okay, thanks, Anna. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can see my PowerPoint slide okay. My name is Margot McCready, and I am your admissions officer from UC San Diego. I do work with all students in the state of Colorado, and I'm just really excited to share a little bit more about our university. As my colleague Devin from UC Davis shared earlier, we're part of the greater University of California system. Davis is the farthest north of the 9 campuses, and we're actually the farthest south. We're located in La Jolla, which is just about 20 minutes north of downtown San Diego. So if you've ever, been down in the city of San Diego, we're just a tad bit north. La Jolla is more of a coastal community, as you can see from this slide here. What's shown is our Scripps Pier. Scripps is home to our Institute of Oceanography, and it's actually the reason we were initially founded back in the 1900s. We are a larger research-based institution. Our current undergraduate size is just a little over 30,000 students, including grad students. We round out to about 38,000 in total. But we're a larger campus. We have over 1,200 acres of land. There's really a lot of room to spread out and grow. I mentioned that we're a research-based institution. We receive over $1 billion in research funding that's available to students as early as their first year on campus. And you'll find students and faculty doing research across all departments on campus. It's very easy to kind of find opportunities and get engaged. We talked a little bit about location. Regarding our academics and majors, we have over 140 different programs of study to choose from. I think a lot of the times when people hear UC San Diego, their mind goes a bit more towards STEM. And of course, we have, world-renowned programs in computer science, engineering, marine biology, but we also have really great strength in the arts, the humanities, and the social sciences. Our theater program has been ranked, one of the top in the country. We were one of the first universities to offer cognitive science at the undergraduate level. So I encourage you to look through everything to see what stands out and maybe some new programs catch your eye. I want to mention that some of the majors here, shown here in blue on the slide, are capped. So what that means is these programs are so popular, unfortunately, we can't offer all interested students a spot in one of these programs. It won't impact whether or not you're admitted to UC San Diego. We don't admit incoming first-year students by major. It just means you might not get your very first pick if it is one of these listed in blue. And I'm happy to go into more detail in the chat if anyone has questions. Something that sets us a little bit apart is our college system. Every incoming student is placed into one of our 7 colleges, and it has nothing to do with your major. You can study philosophy in any college, and you can study environmental science in any college. Think of it more as your home base. If you live on campus, that's where your residence hall will be located. You'll have academic advisors from your college. They all have their own fun quirks and traditions that they're known for. So even though we're a larger institution, we really try to facilitate those smaller, more personalized communities as much as possible. You get the benefits of attending a large research-based institution, but it has the feel of a smaller, more liberal arts style university. And when you're applying, you do have the ability to rank on your application in order from your most interested down to your least interested. Once again, how you rank them doesn't impact whether or not you're admitted. We just like to know which ones you vibe a little bit more with so we can hopefully put you in one of your top few choices. Application requirements are all in detail on our website, but I do just want to point out that UC San Diego will not be considering SAT or ACT scores as a factor in our admissions decisions through fall of 2024. This is just a quick little snapshot of our applicants for last year, our most incoming kind of class for fall of 2021. We received the second most number of applications in the country. We came second to our sister school, UCLA, but we admitted thousands. 34% were offered admission to UC San Diego. And that middle 50% or the median GPA range is listed here, meaning 25% admitted had higher than that. 25% admitted had lower than a 4.07. Similar to what Devin with Davis shared earlier, minimum GPA to be eligible is a 3.4. And then lastly, it's just to stay connected with me. I'm your admissions officer. I'm so happy to serve as a resource throughout your college search and your journey. My landing page is listed here. I've got individual appointments available. My email address is shown, and I'm also happy to drop that in the chat in just a minute. So great speaking with you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of San Diego.
All right. Let me bring this up here real quick. All right, so you should be able to see the PowerPoint. My name is Scott Yonner.
Your PowerPoint is not up yet.
It is not. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Oh, let me share.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thanks so much for taking the time to be with us this evening. My name is Scott Yonner. I'm your admission counselor. I'm from the University of San Diego. A little bit about the university. We are a private Catholic institution. So about 40% of our students either identify with the Catholic faith and the remainder of our students either identify with a different faith background or no faith background at all. The only religious requirement we have is one lower division, one upper division, religious and theology studies. The lower division is going to probably tie in some type of Catholic history. Upper division, you can take whatever. So I just had a daughter, she just graduated this past May. And when she did her study abroad in Ireland, she actually took Buddhism for her upper division. We don't require students to go to Mass, nor do we require them to be part of the campus ministry. We do believe at USD that your spiritual journey is just that, it's your spiritual journey, but the opportunities are there if you'd like to be a part of it. We're on the lower end of a mid-sized institution, so we have about 5,500 undergraduates and about 2,800 graduate and law students on campus. Geographically, about 48% of our students are from out of state, 7% of our students are international, and the remainder of our students are from the state of California. And about 41% of our students do identify as being students of color. We're about 10 minutes south of the University of California, San Diego. We sit up on a hill. We sort of overlook the Pacific Beach. So it's sort of an isolated type campus, but just about 5 minutes away, you're in Mission Valley. 10 minutes away, you're at the beach. 12 minutes, you're downtown or you're at the airport. So we're very centrally located when it comes to that. We do offer 41 majors. The way USD works is that regardless of your intended major when you come in, everybody comes in undeclared. You can declare your major day one, or you can wait all the way up to your fourth semester to declare your major, double major, major minor, major double minor, whatever degree plan is going to really best benefit you once you leave the university. With that, you're also guaranteed any of our majors. So you don't have to then apply to the School of Engineering or to the School of Business or the School of College of Arts and Science. You're guaranteed, and you can still get the coursework to graduate in 4 years. That's because none of our majors are impacted. Now, there is one exception. It's not impacted, but it takes 4.5 years for our School of Engineering, all of our engineering majors. And that's because when our students graduate, they actually graduate with both a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science. So they get a dual degree when it comes with that. And our engineering program is ranked 13th in the nation. We also have great pre-professional advising. So if you're looking to do pre-med, pre-law, pre-dental, pre-veterinarian, these are just pathways that gives you an additional advisor to really make sure you meet all the prerequisites needed to be able to go to graduate school, internship opportunities, undergrad research opportunities. All of our science majors, you're guaranteed a minimum of 100 hours of undergrad research. This is done with the lead professor if that research is published and our students are co-authored with it. But even outside of our science majors, you have the opportunity to be able to engage in research as well. And that's because we believe at USD that the professor's primary function is to teach. So concurrently, a lot of them are also engaged in research. Our average class size is 21 and we cap all of our courses at 40. So in 4 years, my daughter's largest class was 33 and her smallest class was 12. So if you're looking for that type of environment where you're able to collaborate not only with your peers, but able to connect and collaborate with your professor, we're on the lower end of a mid-sized school, but it may be a good fit for you. It was you're sort of figuring out what school's going to be the best fit for you. With that being said, we also have a very vibrant student life on campus. We have over 180 clubs and organizations. We have 30 plus multicultural organizations, 65 plus honor professional societies. We do have 9 sororities and 9 fraternities on campus as well. We have 17 Division I athletic programs. We're part of the West Coast Conference with the exception of our football team. They're part of the Pioneer League. And then we have over 50 club and intramural sports. Once again, just a great opportunity for students to be able to connect, to be able to build community so that USD does really become your home away from home. I think one of the things that also allows us to be able to stand out from our peer institutions is the fact that we're one of 42 campuses in the world that's designated an Ashoka Changemaker campus. What this is due to our ongoing commitment to social justice, social innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, global perspective. We find that our students desire to engage the world in which we live in, to be able to interact with maybe challenges that they see or problems that need to be corrected, to be able to engage to make a difference. And so I love the fact that it's not only our students that are a part of that, but as well as our staff and our faculty. And then when it comes to study abroad, we are ranked 5th in the nation with our participation. We have over 80 programs in 30 different countries. We have a USC campus in Madrid, Spain, and we have opportunities to be able to really pretty much do a study abroad in any continent. We're Common App exclusive, regular decision, December 15th. We don't have early decision. We don't have early action. We'll start sending out decisions middle of February. By the end of March, we'll have all of our decisions out as well. With that being said, I'm at the end of my time, but I will throw some additional information into the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And with that being said, once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from the University of Redlands.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Sebastian Brown. I'm with the University of Redlands. I'm actually an alum of Redlands and a Colorado native. So I came from just south of Denver to Redlands, and I've been there ever since. So I'm excited to share a little bit more of that journey from Colorado to California. So if you're not familiar with where Redlands is located, we are just inland from the Los Angeles area, meaning that we are about 60 to 90 minutes from the beach, the mountains, the desert, and Disneyland, all equidistant to our campus. So plenty of opportunities to escape and explore everything that Southern California has to offer. Although I personally really enjoyed being on the outskirts of the LA area so that we're not having to deal with the consistent traffic that LA is known for, where it may take you 6 hours to drive 6 miles. If it's the wrong time of the day. We're also very excited that we have a brand new train station on the south side of our campus. So similar to the light rails that operate in and around Denver, that'll allow students public transportation into LA, Orange County, and even as far south as San Diego. At the University of Redlands, our mission is to educate the hearts and minds of our students and provide a transformative education. So one of the many ways, of course, that we do that is through our campus life. That's something that really drew me personally to Redlands, was that sense of community in which we offer over 120 clubs and organizations, ranging from Greek life to honor societies, Division III athletics, clubs and sports, even things like our outdoor programs, in which you could pay $100 that covers everything from rentals, transportations, and food. And that will get you something like a half day of skiing up in the mountains, learning how to surf and kayak at the beach in the afternoons, and wrap the day up with the Disneyland Midnight Fireworks Show on your way back to campus. We also really pride ourselves on being an inclusive campus. So about 35% of our students are first generation, the first in their families to go to college. We're about 45% students that identify as students of color, and we are now a Hispanic serving institution, or an HSI. At the University of Redlands, we do have a 4-year housing guarantee, so that keeps students on campus heavily involved throughout those clubs and organizations, but also the support and resources for our students in order to succeed. For example, students are entitled to 2 hours of tutoring per subject per week, and that is included in their tuition. Not to mention that faculty will also offer additional tutoring sessions for any of those notoriously hard classes in any of the academic programs that we offer on campus. When it's all said and done, going to college, of course, is about your academic experience, but also everything outside of that as well. Redlands has fantastic study abroad and community service opportunities. In fact, we're one of 2 schools in the nation that's nationally recognized as a top producer of both the Fulbright Scholarship and the Peace Corps. I think that's a real great testament to our study abroad opportunities and the fact that we have a community service graduation requirement for our students on campus. When it comes to our academics, we are a smaller institution. We're about 2,500 undergraduate students. Now, what that means in context is that our average class size is about 18 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 13:1, meaning that you're not only learning from your professors, but also your peers. And you've heard a lot about research and graduate students. Of course, we have those on campus, but as an undergraduate student, Your courses are only taught by your PhD holding professors. We do not have any grad assistants or TAs that teach any undergraduate classes here at Redlands. So whether you know exactly what you want to study or have absolutely no idea, all of our students come in undecided or undeclared, and they're able to choose from any of our 40+ programs of study. Some that I'd like to point out to you include our Business 4+1, in which students can get their undergraduate, bachelor's, and their master's degree in just 5 years at Redlands. We also have a program called the Johnston Center for Integrative Studies, in which students create their own major. It's a very interdisciplinary program, and upon graduation, because students create that program for themselves, they're also able to name it. So we've had students that have graduated from Redlands with degrees in things such as astropolitics, where they combine political science and public policy and physics and astronomy. And now they work as a lobbyist for NASA in Washington, DC. As far as next steps, we are a Common App school. We have 2 main deadlines. Early decision and early action is November 15th. We also have a regular decision deadline of January 15th. We consider you exactly the same for our admissions criteria and our financial aid programs, whether you apply early or regular. And that's really my job as your admissions counselor, to help you figure out when is the best time for you to apply and when are you the most confident in your application. We also hand out application fee waivers. So that $50, if you reach out to me before you submit your application, we can get that covered for you. And we are also fully test optional. So whether you do or do not submit test scores, you're equally eligible for all of our merit scholarships when you apply. Speaking of those scholarships, it's certainly one of the many reasons why I chose Redlands. It was actually cheaper for me to attend Redlands with my 4 flights to and from Colorado to California every year than it was to attend any of the state institutions. So some that I'd like to highlight is our 22 and 22 scholarship. That is, students with a 3.5 GPA or higher, and that is weighted, will not pay more than $22,000 in tuition for this upcoming year. We also have several others, talent scholarships, art, creative writing, theater, music, all of that. And our merit scholarships go up to $32,000 alone this year. Last thing I'll note is that Redlands is a 4-year institution. In fact, we guarantee it. So as long as you are on track to take your classes, registering for courses, if you have to take a 5th year at Redlands for your undergraduate program, we will cover the cost of your tuition for any classes after your 4th year. There's all my information. I really pride myself on being available to students, so feel free to reach out, and I'll also put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, you'll be hearing from California Lutheran University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know being college number 7, you've heard quite a lot from my colleagues. My name is Wes Sullivan. I'm the Director of Undergraduate Admission here at California Lutheran University. We're located in Thousand Oaks, California, which is halfway between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. And we're about a half-hour inland from the beaches in Malibu. It's a very suburban area surrounded by open space, lots of very safe, lots of families. Like Sebastian, I also had the honor and privilege of growing up in Colorado and came out here to Cal Lutheran to study. So I have a lot of direct experience and really love working with students coming from the state of Colorado and getting to know you and how you might fit on our campus. See here, my slides won't, there we go. To give you a general overview of our campus, trying not to be too repetitive, about 2,800 undergraduate students. I think some of the special sauce, so to speak, of what makes our campus truly unique and special are the community of students that choose to study here, the staff and faculty that choose to live and work here. We have students from 41 different faith backgrounds, so you absolutely do not need to be Lutheran to attend. We see religion as a get to and not a have to on our campus. So you have the ability to choose from a wide variety of religious involvement opportunities on our campus, but we don't have requirements for you to participate. We have students from all over the country and all over the world that choose to study here. About a third of them are the first in their family to go to college, and almost 60% identify as students coming from traditionally underrepresented backgrounds. You come here for a degree and to go out into the world, and 97% of our students leave Cal Lutheran and within 9 months are fully enrolled in graduate programs or employed. So you know that you'll get what you came here for and that you'll be on to that next step. On the academic side, we have 41 different majors and 43 minors. You can see some of our most popular majors listed on the screen. We don't limit you to a single major or minor, so you can have a combination of majors and minors to really put together a program of interest to you. Like others on the call tonight have mentioned, we are a liberal arts institution, so we do have a core curriculum that you'll pursue in addition to your major and or minors. That will give you a very well-rounded education to prepare you as you go out into the career world. None of our programs are impacted. And just like Redlands, we do have a 4 to finish guarantee where we'll guarantee that you graduate in 4 years and that you'll be off not incurring any additional debt. In addition, we do have a lot of programs that you can do undergraduate and graduate combinations. One of our most popular is our 4+1 MBA, where you can complete up to 3 of your graduate level courses in your senior year and then complete your MBA in 1 additional year after you graduate. We also have a lot of support on the academic side to make sure that you're successful here on campus. You'll be assigned an academic success counselor as well as a faculty mentor that will really help guide you through our curriculum, ensure that you're on pace to graduate, and really help out with things like internships and research opportunities. We have research available in every major, and you'll be working on your own project with faculty members assisting you. On the social side, we do not have a Greek system on our campus, so the vast majority of our programming is student generated and done by offices on campus. We have over 800 different events that take place on our campus each year, and almost all of them are free. Some of the most popular events that happen on our campus each year are our homecoming dance and our Monte Carlo night. And one that has always given me a chuckle, coming from Colorado, we have an event called Let It Snow, where we actually pay to bring in crushed up ice to the center of our campus so students can have a snowball fight and go sledding. So we don't get a whole lot of snow here in Southern California, but that's always a big highlight. And of course, we have clubs and organizations in addition to that. An additional thing that I think also really sets us apart from some of our peers, we have some really phenomenal residence halls on our campus. We have 15 co-ed residence halls. They're all very new. They've been built new or renovated since 2000. They all have free parking and laundry that's included in your residence hall fees. We're ranked 12th best in California, and we have 3 different living learning communities. So if you're part of our university honors program, interested in STEM fields or global communities, those are all special living learning communities you can be a part of here. Of course, you have Wi-Fi, air conditioning, which is really great here in Southern California, and private bathrooms and showers in each of our rooms. You can see some of our dining options listed below. We have our dining hall, the Almond Commons, along with a Habit Burger, the largest Starbucks in Ventura County, and a Jamba Juice. So a great variety of things to eat while you're here on our campus. We have 22 Division III intercollegiate athletic teams. You can see the teams here on the screen. Many of them are nationally ranked. And as a Division III institution, you have a great student athlete balance with some really world-class training facilities. And even if you're not interested in pursuing D3 athletics, we have intramurals and just some great facilities like a gym and a pool, if that's just something you want to do as part of your experience here and not be an athlete at all. On the application side, we're a member of the Common Application. So you'll submit your Common App to Cal Lutheran along with your official high school transcripts and at least 1 letter of recommendation. We are test optional, so you can choose whether or not to submit SAT or ACT test scores. You can see our average admitted student profile on the screen, and that might help guide you in deciding if you'd like to submit test scores or not. We do have 2 application deadlines. We have an early action deadline coming up on November 1st and a regular decision deadline of January 1st. You'll hear from us about 6 to 8 weeks after each of those deadlines with the decision. And then on the scholarship and tuition side, 98% of our students receive some form of financial assistance to attend. You'll be evaluated automatically for merit scholarships that go up to $25,000 a year. We have presidential scholarships that go all the way up to full tuition. Visual and performing arts scholarships for students talented and interested in pursuing those areas while they're here. And probably one of note for this call, we have a public price promise. So if any of you are considering, my colleagues here from the UC system, if you're admitted to any of the 9 UC campuses and Cal Lutheran, we match the average cost of attendance based on the in-state tuition, which this past year calculated to about a $28,000 scholarship. But that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your patience and being here with us tonight. And like my colleagues, I'll add my information to the chat in case you have any additional questions.
Thank you. So I'd just like to invite everyone to come back on camera for a round of Q&A. So in the same order that you presented in, if you could share what advice you would give someone going through the college search process, and we'll start with UC Davis.
The college search process specifically?
Yeah, Yeah. But if you have different advice, you can share that too.
No, yeah, I just want to make sure I was answering the question properly. I think it's important to really pick out what your priorities are. I know a lot of times I did it too, but you'll hear rankings and see all these pictures, but it's really important to prioritize what's important to you and find a campus that will offer you that. So that's going to be my tip.
Anna, can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. I would say my advice for somebody who is doing the college search process is really not to listen to what everybody else says. You know, if somebody says, I heard that this school is really good, or this school I heard has a really good program, but to do your own research, right? You are the one who is going to attend that college. And it is important that it is a college that is a good fit for you. Not every single college out there that somebody else likes is going to be a good college for you to attend for the next 4 years. So make sure that you are not being swayed by your friends or maybe your teachers or counselors around you who are saying you have to go to this university because they went there, and really research the college that is going to be a good fit for you in the end.
I second both Rachel and Devin's sentiments. I'd also encourage you to probably consider applying broadly. Maybe consider some schools close to home, consider some across the country like us in California. Think big, think small, think rigorous, think fun. If anything, I think this pandemic has also shown us that a lot can change in a short amount of time. Your interests may change, the world may change. It's always just good to have a lot of options open. So come May 1st, you can make the best decision for you, your family, and your support systems.
And I would say as you're sort of figuring out what your top colleges are, if you can visit those campuses, by far one of the best things that you can do is walking on the campus. But if you're unable to, so let's say it's an East Coast campus, you're not able to fly out there to visit, then go to something locally that's similar in size or similar in location, or that has that same feel, to just see if it's a good fit for you as you're trying to figure out where this next step is going to be. And then I'll just throw in, more is not always better. So applying for 12, 15 universities isn't necessarily the best thing to do. I think expand your horizons, but set limits as well with that.
Man, Scott, I wish I'd met you like 10 years ago, because I applied to 35 different schools. So do not do that for any reason at all. I think, yeah, my advice similar is to visit the schools and have a really honest conversation with yourself. What are your priorities? What are you wanting to get out of your college experience? Is it academics? Is it social life? Is it some sort of a balance? And ultimately, thinking about the next step. I think too many students really rely on the name of a school that will get them to open doors, and that only gets you so far. Whereas it really should be you as the individual is the most important part of your college search. And what you do during your 4 years is what's going to be hireable upon graduation, and not just that you went to X or Y school. So really invest in yourself when you're looking at schools, and pick a school that's going to invest in you throughout your 4 years.
Wow, this is tough. You all have really great advice. Going seventh is challenging to come up with something new. But I guess I would add to connect with your admission counselor. I mean, we are here to help you. Please don't be intimidated. Like, no question is too silly. There are no dumb questions. We're here to help connect you to our community. And I think I can speak for all of my colleagues by saying that we're here as your advocate. We're looking for reasons to admit you. We're looking for reasons that you will fit on our campus. We want you to connect with us and have us answer any questions that we can. And if there's something we can't answer personally, we'll refer you to someone that can. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Don't be intimidated by us. It will not impact how we read your application, but get the information you can to make sure you can make the most informed decision possible. It's a huge choice, and it will make a huge impact on what happens next.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And thank you to our presenters for sharing. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. And we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And we encourage you to check back at the schedule and sign up for more sessions. And you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Greater Denver. So thanks again, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.